Hello, this is Lacquerography, and this is my wish list for April 2025's Polish Pickup. The theme this month is celebrations, and it's also Polish Pickup's 8th anniversary this April. I've already gone in and made a preliminary first impressions wish list, and right now I have 18 items on this wish list. Let's just dive right in so you can see the incredible items that are catching my eye this month. The first item up is by Amaya Cosmetics, and this one is called Slice of the Party. Inspired by a chocolate cake loaded with sprinkles of all colors, as April is the maker's birthday month. Slice of the Party is a flake bomb on a semi-sheer red tint base. It says here that please note one of the swatchers used the sponge method for her swatches. I always love it when they add those little details about any special swatching techniques that were made. It just helps me better visualize the end product that I might be getting. It also continues on to list this one as a capped pre-order this month, with only 250 of these being made available this month. What that means by an availability cap is that the makers are committing to creating just a certain number before the item is considered to be sold out for the month. So in this case, this item actually has quite a low cap, with only 250 of these being made available. Amaya Cosmetics is a new to me brand. I know that they've been releasing polishes for quite a few months through Polish Pickup and also on their own website, but I haven't had the chance to try out Amaya Cosmetics polishes for myself yet. There was something about this polish right off the jump that just caught my eye. There's such a cool, multicolored foil looking aspect to this one. I think this one would be completely unique to anything that I have in my collection, and it would also be a really wonderful chance for me to try out this brand for the very first time. Clicking into a couple of additional swatch photos, I can see what they mean by the polish being sponged on in the previous swatch photo. It just has that effect of concentrating the flakes that much more, lessening the impact of just the base and really loading on the flakes when the polish is sponged on, like in this image here. In this other image, it does appear a lot more sparse. I can really see what's going on there with this semi-sheer red tint base, which is really quite unique actually. I think that it still remains a really pretty polish. This first item up is by Amaya Cosmetics, Slice of the Party. This next item up is by BCB Lacquers, and this one is called Beyond the Sunset Leads My Way. This polish was inspired by sunsets, celebrating making it through another day. It's described as an orange coral neon crelly with a purple pink shimmer. It does go on to say, it says, please note that the polish is black light reactive, not glow in the dark. And there is also an availability cap for this polish, and for this one it's set at 600 being made available. I'm just in love with the colorway of this polish. It's so interesting, this orangey coral neon and then the pink purple shimmer that goes throughout it. I don't have anything quite like this one at all. And I found that this polish just really stood out among the others. There's just something so cheerful and I think kind of edgy about this polish. I think for me, it's that added shimmer that contrasts a little bit, being pink to purple shimmer. There's something about that that just gives it that little bit of a rebellious edge. I can't get this one out of my mind. And in fact, this one, I can't believe I'm saying this about a neon, but this one might just be one of my top picks this month. This bright neon is by BCB Lacquers, Beyond the Sunset Leads My Way. This next one up is by Beau Rev Lacquer, and this one is called Stargazer Lily. Inspired by Beau Rev's bestseller in PPU, Blooming Azalea, a partner polish inspired by the theme Deadly Flowers and Plants. Stargazing Lily has a chameleon magnetic flake that shifts blue, purple, magenta, and a base of red, golden, orange. Something that I think is so special about this month is the fact that a lot of the makers this month, in order to celebrate the anniversary of Polish Pickup, a lot of the makers are kind of reimagining, reinventing, or offering a different take on some of their best-selling or favorite formula polishes. And this is one of those. I do own Blooming Azalea, the original polish that came out that was super popular. And this one just looks so interesting. It's got a very different colorway. In a way, I find it a little bit brighter. I also kind of wonder if the magnetic effect of this one might be a little bit stronger or perhaps more contrasting than the original Blooming Azalea, which I found had kind of a softness to the magnetic effect. This one is incredibly beautiful and again, quite unique to my collection, even though it is related to a previous release that I do already own. This gorgeous magnetic is by Borev Lacquer, Stargazer Lily. This next one up is by Cattle Lacquer, and this one is called Eerie Silence. This polish was inspired by Eerie, one of the maker's favorite colors that they made for PPU. It was originally released in September 2020. Eerie Silence is a thermal which looks almost black on the nails in the cold state, but more like a blackened eggplant in the bottle. And it is shifting to a bright turquoise in the warm state with red, orange, yellow iridescent flakes. Now, it excites me so much that we get this chance. It's almost like a bonus rewind month. The original Eerie that this polish is inspired by was originally released in September 2020, which was actually before I realized that polish pickup was a thing. It came out before I really went on my indie polish journey. I always find myself so fortunate when some of these older favorites or reinterpretations of older favorites can come available. I've always loved Polish Pickup Rewind Month, especially for those polishes that came out before I knew about Polish Pickup. I can see why this one was such a favorite. I love the fact that these flakies appear as kind of smoldering embers. They look like a fire from within this otherwise much cooler looking polish. I love that contrast. And I also really find myself loving these high contrast thermals that are produced by Cattle Lacquer. In an interesting way, it reminds me a little bit of one of my favorite all-time thermals, which is also by Cattle Lacquer, called Northern Cardinal. And this one is very different because it shifts to this wild, bright turquoise color, whereas Northern Cardinal shifted to kind of a crimson red orange, really beautiful color, the color of Northern Cardinals. Cattle Lacquer, I find in my collection anyway, has this way of creating just the most perfect high contrast thermals. I find they last a long time. I've never had one die out in my collection, and just the magic that they produce is just, it's out of this world. This one's another really high contender for me this month. This dramatic thermal polish is by Cattle Lacquer, Eerie Silence. This next one up is by Cleona Cosmetics, and it's called Stained Glass. This ultra shifty multi-chrome nail lacquer is an ode to Cleona Cosmetics' stained glass collection, which celebrates its 6-year anniversary at the end of April. It's described as having a smoky indigo base with intense pink, red, orange, yellow shifts and lime at extreme angles. It's comprised of medium-sized shimmer particles. Now, Cleona Cosmetics is such a favorite brand of mine. They are a Canadian brand. I am a Canadian, and they're from my home province of Ontario, not too far away from me at all. And I've made several orders directly to Cleona Cosmetics, and their stained glass collection is such a favorite of mine. I've managed to purchase all of their stained glass collection nail polish releases, except for the most recent. It actually just came out really recently, and I just didn't get the chance budget-wise to get my hands on it. But I will be purchasing it in the very near future, especially with all my efforts to purchase Canadian. If I do make a purchase this month, this one I know would be such a well-loved addition to my collection. The full stained glass collection line, if you haven't seen it before, is just utterly outstanding. And they also have actually a stained glass eyeshadow line as well. But I have to say that the entire makeup line at Cleona Cosmetics, nail polish and eyeshadow, is just utter ethereal magic. This beautiful shifty polish is by Cleona Cosmetics, Stained Glass. This next polish up is by Cracked Polish, and this one is called Home by 9. Pop the confetti and pour the champagne. Polish Pickup is turning 8, and we're celebrating in style with Home by 9. Because let's be real, partying is fun, but nothing hits quite like slipping into your PJs at a reasonable hour. This light, airy pink is the life of the party, with dazzling pink flakes, twinkling reflective glitters, and a soft blue aurora shimmer that catches the light like the last dance of the night. Whether you're toasting with friends or already in bed scrolling memes by 9 p.m., this polish brings the perfect sparkle to every kind of celebration, because getting older means you can love a party and your 8 hours of sleep. And that one makes me laugh so much. I can relate to that. However, in my life, I almost never end up getting anywhere close to 8 hours of sleep. I'm almost always grossly underslept. There is a cap for this polish. There are 1,000 of these being made available this month. That is a much higher cap, but I know that Cracked Polish has sold out of very high capped polishes in the past. So I'll have to watch out for that and consider possibly making my purchase right when the shop opens at 11 o'clock a.m. on Friday, April the 4th. For all the different components that are in this polish, I just love the light airiness of this polish. It's a look that I'm going for right now. These really soft pinks with a bit of a twinkle to them. I still can't get enough of reflective glitters and nail polish. It offers a twinkle within the nail polishes that is just unmatched. And I find that this one also, with the addition of that soft blue aurora shimmer, it's got such a magic throughout it. This is a polish that would be incredibly versatile for me. I would love wearing it throughout the spring, but also for me, this would just be a great work appropriate or any occasion type of polish. It's light, it's whimsical, but it's also very wearable and not too showy, even though there's a lot of incredible things happening in a polish like this one. I'm by no means in my job, I'm an elementary teacher, I'm by no means required to wear work appropriate polishes or anything like that, but sometimes just in busy times when you've got a lot of professional activities coming up, I do try to go with something a little more muted, and a polish like this I would come to time and time again. This gorgeous sparkly pink is by Cracked Polish, Home by 9. This next polish up is by Dreamland Lacquer, and this one is called Celebrate Good Times. Celebrate Good Times is a periwinkle base stuffed with blue to violet shimmer, inspired by the cover of the 12-inch single of Celebration by Kool and the Gang. There are only 500 of these being made available this month. I'm really finding that so many of these descriptions that I'm reading, the makers have applied availability caps to these offerings. I really will have to consider making my purchase right away on April 4th. The moment I saw this offering was from Dreamland Lacquer, my heart kind of swooned. I love this finish from them. I'm very much assuming that this is a finish similar to Shake Your Shamrock. There is something just so perfect about this type of finish. A bright base color with this really intense shimmer that runs through it. I know that Shake Your Shamrock, when you first apply it, it almost has kind of a plasticky quality about it. It's just this really interesting, not matte, not glossy. It's just this interesting, I don't know how to describe it, kind of plasticky look to it. And then when you put a glossy top coat on top of it, that shimmer just springs to life. And I have the feeling that this one would be equally as magical. Unlike the wild neon of Shake Your Shamrock, I think that this polish would be a little bit more wearable for me. I love Shake Your Shamrock, but I'm very much limited in how I can wear it because it is just so eye-searingly bright. I would love to give this polish a try. It has all that freshness of springtime. I think I would be really drawn to this one in the summer, those summer cool waters. Also, there's something about this periwinkle base that makes me think of sort of brighter denim washes for early fall. For me, anything blue and reminding me in any way at all of denim always reminds me of back to school. And for me, in my area in Canada, that's always at the beginning of September. And so I think I really would get a ton of use out of this polish. Also, there's an iciness about this one, even though it's incredibly bright, that I think would have me coming back to it in the wintertime as well, especially wanting a little bit of a punch of color in those gray, icy, bitterly cold months of winter. I already love this polish, but I just find that I keep talking myself more and more into it. This stunning, brilliant blue is by Dreamland Lacquer, Celebrate Good Times. This next one up is by Garden Path Lacquer, Good Morning Garden Path. Inspired by Good Morning by Frederick Carl Friesig, and I hope I'm saying his name correctly, which was our inspiration for the very first Polish Pickup Famous Works of Art theme 8 years ago. Good Morning Garden Path has a slightly milky base, bright green shifting shimmer, and light pink micro glitter. And there is a cap with this polish as well, with only 700 of these being made available. I don't know what else I can say about this polish except the fact that I love everything about it. Garden Path Lacquer for the last year and a half or so has just been making my wish list month upon month, and I've been purchasing from them constantly. There's something about this sparkly, shifty formula with the micro glitter, a shifting shimmer. It doesn't matter what color they release, I fall in love with it, and I truly love them all. And I have no doubt that this one would be very much the same. That glow from this bright green shifting shimmer is just spring in a bottle to me. I think this is so magical. It's light, it's ethereal, it's glowing, it's optimistic. I love this one. There's something about this one that reminds me a little bit of cherry blossoms in a way. Just those earliest spring days, the earliest spring flowers. I feel kind of terrible that I actually am unfamiliar with this artist who is the inspiration for this polish with the work Good Morning. I'll have to look this artist up. And again, I do apologize if I said the artist's name wrong. I really can't say enough about this offering. This one is another one of my top picks this month. This polish is by Garden Path Lacquer, Good Morning Garden Path. This next polish up is by Jen & Berries, Carved in Milestones. This one is inspired by the traditional 8th anniversary gift of bronze. This polish has a slightly violet-tinted linear holographic base with bronze gold green multi-chrome shimmer, and there are only 400 of these being made available. Now this one stands out for me for a completely different reason. It's this interesting metallic look to this one, this bronze color. I find that this one is very different from a lot of the other offerings this month. This color, I think, would be truly unique to my collection as well. I think that the way that Jen & Berries has made this look of bronze come to life here in this polish is just exquisite. And I'm finding it magical to look at these swatch photos. And I think that with all that's happening here and the fact that this one is also a linear holographic base with the multi-chrome shimmer, I think this one would be just outstanding to see in person. This really unique bronze polish is by Jen & Berries, Carved in Milestones. This next polish up is by Kathleen & Co., Sky Beyond the Cherry Blossoms. Sky Beyond the Cherry Blossoms is an orchid pink with glowy aqua blue purple shimmer and hollow microflakes. There are only 600 of these being made available. I just love the way this polish is described. The sky beyond the cherry blossoms, to me, the pink of the cherry blossom, the way it shows up in this nail polish, and then that brilliant blue shimmer and all the shifts that are involved in it. I can actually see that visual of sky beyond the cherry blossoms just come to life on the nails here. Kathleen & Co. is another brand that impresses me month upon month. This is another polish where I just love everything I'm seeing. I think that this polish as well is just so flattering on every single swatcher that has offered their pictures here. It has such a lightness to it and a glow. This is another one that looks purely magical. This one is by Kathleen & Co., Sky Beyond the Cherry Blossoms. This next one up is by KB Shimmer, After Party. The confetti litters the ground, streamers hang from every surface, and the best of friends are there to keep the party going and to help clean up in the morning. Sometimes the after party is actually the best part of the evening, where you can be yourself without feeling the need to impress. It's when conversations and laughter keep you up, and the twinkle of party decor maintains the festive atmosphere until the light of dawn. After party nail polish is inspired by confetti, streamers, and late night celebrations. A crisp white jelly base sets off an array of colorful metallic glitters that float like confetti in the air. Pink, copper, chartreuse, aqua, and purple hex glitters in extra small to medium sizes are accented by micro slices in coordinating colors for a party-like feel. Best in 2 coats, longer nails may prefer to layer over a white base or apply 3 layers. This one truly looks like a party exploded on the nails. I love all the components here, and I love the fact that these little micro slices or little bar glitters are coordinating perfectly with these small hex glitters as well. This one is just so happy. I could see this being a birthday polish that recurs for many different people's birthdays in my life. I could also see it just being, in general, a lovely spring-themed polish, or also just one to wear when you need a happy, cheerful pick-me-up. This utterly whimsical nail polish is by KB Shimmer, After Party. This next polish up is by Lurid Lacquer, and this one is called Diaphanous Dreams. Diaphanous Dreams is a celebration of one of my favorite indie finishes, iridescent flakies with reflective glitter. Diaphanous Dreams features a clear base packed with iridescent flakies that shift from blue to purple to pink and to orange and gold at extremes, and chartreuse light reflective glitter. There are 1,000 of these being made available. This one's another one that just is the embodiment of spring to me. It says here that this one features a clear base, but I do find it interesting that I'm seeing a significant effect of this spring green, which I guess is really caused by that chartreuse light reflective glitter. It really is quite powerful, yet subtle, and just as it says, diaphanous. It's got that lightness, again, a whimsy. It is really quite magical. There is something here with the iridescent flakies combined with a reflective glitter where it is so subtle and magical, but yet, I mean, those are 2 really substantial components that are in this polish. I love how you get that play with those added components still having that lightness. I can't really explain how Lurid Lacquer manages to pull that off, keeping the lightness here, but they really do, and it's something that I think they do incredibly well. This is another one that is quite high on my wish list. This light, airy, springy polish is by Lurid Lacquer, Diaphanous Dreams. This next polish up is by Moonshine Manny. Maybe it's better if I dip it in the chocolate. Maybe it's better if I dip it in the chocolate is a pale indigo holographic flare glowing with intense pink, peach, gold, green shimmer. It is inspired by the bridal shower scene from one of my favorite films ever, Bridesmaids. This is a sister shade to King Long, and I hope I'm saying that correctly, from February's event. There are 600 of these being made available. Now, I haven't had the chance to wear it yet because it only just arrived just a few days ago, but I did order King Long from February's polish pickup. When I took it out of the box, I could not believe the sparkle, the shine, the rainbows that were coming off this polish. I'd really never seen anything quite like it just in the bottle itself. I haven't had the chance to swatch it or wear it yet, and I really can't wait. But the fact that this one is listed as a sister shade to that polish, I feel like this one for me might be unmissable. I really should try to get King Long on my nails to make sure that I love wearing it as much as I loved opening it when I opened up my package. But this one is another one that I think is just so completely special. Moonshine Manny is a brand that I've been purchasing more and more from in the last 6 months or so. And it just seems like they're really on a roll with some of these incredible finishes that they're offering lately. This beautiful shimmery holographic polish is by Moonshine Manny. Maybe it's better if I dip it in the chocolate. This next polish up is by Night Owl Lacquer and it's called Spicy. This is an alternate version of Jalapeno Face that was inspired by jalapeno flavored snacks. It is a dark green filled with glowy fuchsia pink gold green shifting shimmer. Now, I was a bit of a silly goose that passed up on Jalapeno Face the first time it was offered, but I did manage to purchase one for Polish Pickup Rewind this past July 2024. And believe it or not, I mean, it's just kind of a testament to the size of my collection right now. I haven't had the chance to wear Jalapeno Face yet, but I know that I'm going to love it. It's wildly shifty, incredibly bright. I love it. It's completely unlike anything I have in my collection. And the fact that this one is a dark green polish, I love green polish. It's a bit of a prugly polish as well with this murkiness to it. And the fact that this one is related to that incredible polish Jalapeno Face, I know that I'm going to love Spicy as well. This one is such a cool sibling, cousin, relative of that original polish. This one is by Night Owl Lacquer, Spicy. This next polish up is by Paint It Pretty Polish, and this one is called Rainbow Prism. This polish was inspired by one of their favorites, Rainbow Hair. Rainbow Prism is the hollow version. It's a holographic blue base with shifting shimmers and hollow flakes. There are only 250 of these being made available this month. Paint It Pretty Polish is another brand that is absolutely near and dear to my heart. Paint It Pretty Polish is another Canadian maker from Ontario, Canada, which is my home province. I have ordered directly from Paint It Pretty Polish on multiple occasions as well. Rainbow Hair, I'm very aware, was one of their top-selling polish pickup polishes. And that one came out before I knew about polish pickup as well. So I feel like for me, this is just such a gift to have the opportunity to secure one inspired by Rainbow Hair in Rainbow Prism. And it's described as being the hollow version of that polish. It just looks incredible. This is another polish that I could see myself wearing, I'm pretty sure, 4 seasons of the year. It's got an iciness for the winter, a freshness for the spring. It reminds me of fresh, crystal clear waters that you might see in the summer. And again, there's a little bit of that denim aspect for early fall. It is so beautiful, and I really feel like I missed out by not getting my hands on Rainbow Hair. For me, I think this is another one that is unmissable. Another top pick of mine this month. This polish is by Paint It Pretty Polish, Rainbow Prism. This next polish up is by Paradox, and it's called Celebrate Good Times. About the inspiration, it says here that it's being a product of the 70s and a sister 10 years older. It says, she taught me how to dance and celebrate life. One of the songs we would put on would be Kool and the Gang's Celebration. And the description of this polish is that it is a party popper pink with bronze, gold, and sugar pink iridescent flakes, pink and black metallic flake with scattered hollow. There are only 300 of these ones being made available as well this month. I don't know what it is about this one, but I can't get this one out of my mind either. I honestly don't know what it is about it. There's just something about the balance of the sweetness and the happiness of this pink, a little bit of the flame from those iridescent flakes that are kind of in the background, and then the grounding of these black flakes along with it. There's just something so interesting and unique for me about the entire balance of this polish here. Paradox Polish is a brand that I admire incredibly, and I really only have the opportunity to purchase much from them through websites like Polish Pickup. I truly love this brand, and for how much I love this brand, I'm actually really shocked that I don't have nearly that many in my polish collection at all. And there's just something about this one that is so pretty but edgy. I can't really describe what else it is about this one that appeals so much, but yeah, that edge to the prettiness, there's something in that contrast that is just getting me this month. This edgy pink is by Paradox. Celebrate good times. This next one up is by Rogue Lacquer. You're invited. Rogue Lacquer is joining in the celebration of PPU's birthday, and we made this vibrant poison apple cousin. So we invite you to join us in giving them all the best wishes. This is a neon turquoise jelly base with blue-green glass flakes, magenta, and black metallic. Now, I do own Poison Apple, and believe it or not, that's another one that I haven't yet got on my nails. I don't know what's wrong with me. I had the opportunity for Halloween. I had the opportunity over Christmas. It's an incredible polish, and I don't know what it was. I was going with more muted things for whatever reason at the end of the year last year. It's just been a thing with me, I guess, just circumstance. And I really feel like I missed out by not getting it on my nails at that time. This polish is just so interesting. Like, I can see that really interesting base to this polish. I can see it on all of these swatchers here, and then just the flakies layered on top of it. There's something about this formula that Poison Apple had, and it certainly looks like this polish has as well, where it's just this really unusual, striking combination of colors that are put together here. That jelly base, those flakies, that iridescence, the way it plays with the light. And then, of course, too, the added edge with the black metallic flakes, too. This is another one that is so entirely unique, and I think I would be so angry with myself if I passed this one up. This incredibly glowy flaky is by Rogue Lacquer. You're invited. The final item on my wish list, which is entirely polish focused this month, which is really interesting for me. The final item on my wish list this month is by Royla Lee, Cheesecake and Candlelight. This one was inspired by the Golden Girls, described as an orchid pink base with gold shimmer. There's something so simple about this polish, yet completely not. It's this shimmer. This shimmer is so strong. It's a polish that, again, I think I would be drawn to all seasons of the year, and even perhaps for almost any type of occasion. It has that neutral aspect to it, but it is yet so much more special than all of that. The glow, this golden shimmer is so special. It really is jaw-dropping. And I have to say, too, I mean, the inspiration, the Golden Girls, I'm so lucky to have some incredible women in my life where we hope that one day we will be like the Golden Girls. We don't live anywhere near each other. In fact, we are spread apart the country here in Canada. But, you know, we often refer to ourselves like this. I think even though we are so far apart geographically, we are closer than ever in our lives. And there's just something about this one that pulls at my heartstrings. It makes me think of those incredible friends in my life who are hopefully friends for life. And this polish is just everything in the meantime. This shifting shimmer is by Royla Lee, Cheesecake and Candlelight. So that's it for my rather enormous 18-item wish list this month. I'm going to have to do some soul searching this month to figure out where I can make some cuts. I am Canadian, and I am very much facing the tariff issue between Canada and the United States, and it is very real. So financially, I do have to consider whether making a purchase is wise at all, but it's going to be very hard to pass anything up this month. These offerings are so special. This month is especially strong because it is an anniversary month, being Polish Pickup's 8th anniversary, and it's extra special because it's almost like a bonus Polish Pickup Rewind month in the sense that so many makers are reinventing favorite classic polishes of theirs, or at least revisiting favorite formulas. So it seems like this month just has winner after winner after winner. I don't think you can go wrong at all with any of the picks this month. they're phenomenal. I really have so many incredible picks this month. I'd love to know your thoughts on my wish list. Please consider helping me whittle this down a little bit. 18 is way too much. There's no way I can afford 18 polishes this month. I'd love to know your thoughts on some of these polishes if you have any experience too with any of the polishes that they are inspired by. If you have any experience with these makers as well, please feel free to add all your comments and help me out. Polish Pickup opens this month, April 4th, and runs until April the 7th. The shop opens on April 4th at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, and that's pretty important seeing as though several of the items on my wish list this month, as well as in the shop in general this month, have availability caps, where the maker can only create so many of those items before it's considered a sellout. So I'll have to make sure that I make my purchase as soon as possible on April 4th to make sure that I can get everything that my heart desires. So I'm wondering, are you planning on making a purchase this month? If you are, which items are catching your eye? Please feel free to add all your comments. We can continue on the conversation long after. If you enjoy Polish Pickup wish listing content like this, please consider giving this video a like. It indicates to me that you enjoy content like this, and in the months ahead, I'll try my best to produce content like this as often as I can. If you enjoy nail-related content in general, please consider subscribing. I release nail-related content as often as I possibly can, and by subscribing, you won't miss out on any of the fun. Thank you so much for joining me this month. Happy 8th anniversary to Polish Pickup. Also, happy shopping. Hopefully I'll see you again in the next one. Take care. Bye.